East Liberty because it marks the 25th anniversary of the East Liberty plant. Since opening in December of 1989, East Liberty has manufactured over 4.5 million Honda and Acura vehicles, including the plant's first Civic and Element, which are displayed here in this museum. Historical products like these, which are now displayed in the Logan County History Center, are the result of our associates' dedication and pride. They are our legacy. Honda is pleased to collaborate with you to highlight them for so many visitors to enjoy and to appreciate and to celebrate the transportation legacy of Logan County. Thank you very much and congratulations.
And we absolutely would not be here if it wasn't for the Ohio Department of Transportation. As been said a couple times that the major grant was received from ODOT, so we thank them very much for being in attendance today. I'd like to introduce to you Matt Perrell from District 7, sir. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the invitation to the dedication ceremony today. It's very impressive, my first time in the building. As been said, the money came from a federal grant for transportation enhancement program, which was in the previous transportation bill. And I was talking earlier, I don't know if it's just, it was fate that this building was going to be built because the new transportation bill, transportation enhancement funding that would have been available for museums is no longer there. So timing and luck is a good thing sometimes. So with that said, I'm the Planning and Engineering Administrator for ODOT District 7. We're in Sydney. And when this application came in, transportation enhancement for museums. Well, we build roads and bridges. We don't build buildings. So we were a little concerned on, what our support would be and how we would help manage this and give direction to the locals. So I just wanted to point out a couple things. The city of Bellefontaine provided the LPA sponsor support. We did this particular project using the what we call the local let program, which allowed the city to sell the job and to have the oversight and inspection. And ODOT really would be able to stand back and just supply support and some expertise that we could with the invoicing and things on this. So again, this was one of the things that we thought about when we entered into this is, how we were going to manage this project and were the locals going to be able to do it. But I'd have to say with the hard work and dedication of the local sponsors and the design team and the contractor that was the selected contractor for the project, this thing went off without a hitch. It was a grand success, as everybody can see. You're witnessing it today. So it was a true team and community effort. I wanted to give you just a couple ODOT timeline. Go through the timeline with you just so you can see how long it actually takes for a project to start. Now, this does not include all the effort and time that the locals put in before the application reached our desk. But I know they first came for funding back in 2009. They didn't get it right away, so they persisted and came back. In 2010, ODOT was able to provide the TE funding and program the project about August. In my office, on every project, you have to do an environmental document. On this particular project, it was unique, but the environmental document was cleared May of 2011. The project was awarded in October of 2012, and I take it just this month, the project was officially complete. I know in our records we had it being complete on October of 2013, so pretty much 5 years just for the ODOT timeline. They're not here today from ODOT, but I'd like to recognize some people that were very instrumental in the project. Donna Slagle and Matt Kendall were project managers. Tricia Bishop was our district environmental coordinator, and Roger Apthorpe provided construction monitoring and inspection services for ODOT. Again, thanks for the invitation today, and congratulations on a great project.
The next gentleman, our special guest today, if you're following along here, I didn't forget him. He got here when we were getting ready to start. I wanted to give him a chance to catch his breath. It's our privilege today to have the Executive Director of the Ohio Historical Society with us, Mr. Burt Logan.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you especially for inviting me to be part of this wonderful dedication and opening. First of all, congratulations to everyone that's been a part of this project. I think one of the most exciting things about my job is that I get to travel around the great state of Ohio and really see how local history lives, thrives, and is coming to be such an important part of our local fabric. And what you've done here through this edition will really help for generations to come tell this particular story and its importance not only to Logan County but to Ohio. So to those who had the vision, the board, the staff leadership, I've had the pleasure of working with Todd on the board for the Ohio Local History Alliance, where he's provided great leadership. It's evident his leadership here today. To the funders, to Honda, and to ODOT, they both demonstrate their commitment to Ohio history. In addition to this funding, Honda has supported other Ohio history projects. We work with ODOT. They've given a grant to the W.P. Snyder down in Marietta. So their commitment to Ohio history at the grassroots level really extends in many ways across the state. So congratulations on this fabulous project. It came about because of vision, passion, dedication, and that's really what it's all about, I think, in so much of our endeavors. And we congratulate you and thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
The next gentleman we all, especially on the board, owe a debt of gratitude is our curator. He's been one of the driving forces behind this project, along with Karen Beasley. I don't want to not forget Karen. So Mr. Todd McCormick is going to give some closing remarks.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming, and maybe we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I want to thank everybody for all the help you've done for this. I don't want to read any names because I'll forget somebody. I do want to thank the people, our special guests. Dan Conroy gave my speech in his opening remarks. But this has been a long project, it's been a rewarding project. We've learned a lot. I know I can speak for Karen. I think when we first went to Honda, asked for money, we were a little nervous about that. And even now, when I think about that, we're actually working with Honda of America, where I'm watching a sporting event and I see them sponsoring a major sport or arena. So they're helping us too. So I think that shows how important this project is. In your program, on the back is a list of the donors. It's very, very small, but that's because we had so many people that helped us with this. If you haven't seen the donor board in the entry, please look at that. And there's another board there, the dedication board. Those are people that, again, we wouldn't be able to do without them. Some of these people gave us not only money, but also their time and their talents. Again, I don't want to point anybody out, but this has never been done without all of their help. I also like to thank everybody who had to do some of the construction. One of the greatest things about this building is the design, which Karen came up with. But I'm sure that those who are working on it can attest that a round building can cause some building issues, construction issues. So we worked through it together, and you can see the results. I'd like to thank my board. It's a wonderful board. It goes back not just the current board, but going back many years before that. And some of those people who saw this happening, and some of us didn't think we could do it. So I thank everybody that served on the board and to give the leadership to this organization that we could do something like this. So again, just thank you for coming. I hope you not only enjoy today, but you come back, and many future generations will enjoy this building. Thank you very much.
And last of all, but not least, one of the other driving forces behind this project, he was my predecessor in the president's seat. We'll call upon Mr. Dave Wagner for the dedication of the time capsule.
It's been my distinct honor to watch this project go through. After I retired from teaching, this was my passion for the last several years. I'm glad to see it done. I think it's a remarkable project. But we're not done. We're looking ahead. Historical societies have to look ahead to the future. So what we're going to do today is dedicate a time capsule to be opened in 2014. There are more than 125 items in the time capsule, but I wanted to give you an idea of the kinds of things that went into it. We tried to do a cross-section of life and culture today so that people in the future can look back and say, huh, we've come a long way from that. Here's just a few of the things that are in there. I can make my hand work. There's a Time magazine in there with a baby on the front and it said, "Want to know my future?" That's, I thought, appropriate. Newsweek issue, 100 places to explore before they disappear. In 2014, it's looking ahead, but 100 years, some of those may not be here. There's a Consumer Digest automobile issue showing all the current automobiles. U.S. News and World Report Best Graduate Schools. Rolling Stone Rock and Roll Yearbook. A Mad magazine. Would not have been complete without a Mad magazine, we know that. Muscle Car Review, Motocross, Travel, the Best of the Midwest. Plane and Pilot News, General Aviation News. Farm World, we don't want to overlook the farmers. There's a blank CD in there, a blank cassette tape, a floppy disk, already that's history. A 45 record of Patsy Cline, one of my personal favorites. I contributed that, I admit it. There's an LP of Mantovani with the music of Stephen Foster. A reel-to-reel tape with the sounds of victory on it. Miscellaneous postage stamps. They may not be in use 100 years from now. We included several of our own local historical society publications. A couple of Alan Eckert books. A lot of local history in those things. We got a nice package from Honda, including a letter of congratulations from Jim Wehrman. You just heard from him a few minutes ago. What he did not tell you is he's retiring this year. So in the time capsule will be his shirt, his uniform shirt. I did not have time to look at this, but there's a DVD in there from the East Liberty Plan that says how to build an automobile. You know, I could use a new car for my wife. I should have taken time to do that. There's a pair of safety glasses. WPKO and WBLL donated a thumb drive with some of their broadcasts, news, music, whatever. There's a good collection of Bellefontaine examiners in there. Also a good selection of advertising inserts from the Examiner. More than 15 or 20 of them. We collected as many local tourism brochures from places around the county and came up with more than 20 of those. There's the Logan County Chamber Directory, a Logan County map, a farmer's almanac, a roll of uncirculated pennies. I know they won't be in use 100 years from now. A dollar bill may also be extinct, I don't know. There's a telephone book, a general election ballot from the local election board, a cell phone, a clock radio, cigarettes and a lighter. They probably will be extinct, don't we hope, right? There are a number of mint U.S. coins, collected more than 30 menus from restaurants around the county. And, like I said before, a variety of magazines. More than 100 items. You know, if the thing were twice the size, we could have come up with a lot more to go in it. But I think it's a good representation. It will be sealed today. I doubt that any of us will be around, right? But someone will enjoy looking at what's in there. I really appreciate the turnout here. The interest, the reaction has been wonderful. And it will go down as a highlight of my life. Thank you. Dan?
We hope that we have come up with our own unique ribbon cutting ceremony. So with that, I'll turn it back over to the curator.
We did think we should do something that was a little more transportation related than just a simple ribbon cutting, so we came up with this. John? Logan County Transportation Unit Council.